Welcome to 1407 Gray Malkin Lane. This is the living memory of the X-Men. Don't let anyone tell you different. It's time for the weekly This Week in X-Men with Sterling Silver, Master Jarl. I'm the host. Okay, so we had some pretty big stuff happen in the X-Men this week.
Yes.
Two big things. We got an X-Men writer that actually likes Forge. Who knew? And they didn't punish him for not being with Storm. And we found out that Wolverine and Deadpool are getting their own movie in the MCU.
Yeah.
Oh, they confirmed Wolverine?
Yes, yeah. It's totally confirmed. 2024.
So I can't. Yeah. So with the Wolverine news, I can't wait for them to put Wolverine in the movie and then have Deadpool make fun of every other X-Men movie, just like he did in the other two Deadpool movies.
Please.
I'm still mad that we didn't get Wolverine in Multiverse of Madness. Some scene, something.
What was he gonna do? I mean, people.
Yeah, what would he have done?
What was he gonna do? He was just gonna be a cameo. He was
he would have just came in, said "Bub," and Hugh Jack would have collected $20 million.
Some people are still upset that the rumor wasn't that we didn't get a superior Iron Man with Tom Cruise being him. There were so many expectations for that movie.
I was actually half expecting that myself. It would have been amazing because Tom Cruise would do something like that though.
Mm-hmm. No, he would do his own stunts and actually make the superior Iron Man suit.
I mean, all right, come on. Remember Tropic Thunder? He put in that whole fat suit, came a whole different person.
Yeah, didn't even recognize him. Yeah, that's how good he was in the role.
It just would be such a good character.
He's a good character actor when he wants to be.
Yeah.
So how do we feel about Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds? Yeah, basically they couldn't find another a replacement for either of these guys because they make too much money. So,
like I said, they somewhat because this is the big thing around Reynolds. He can never not be Deadpool, so he always has to I'm gonna be serious, but then I'm gonna be Deadpool for a little bit. I'm gonna give a joke, and I'm like, hey, this is why I don't like Deadpool. And you just always got to do a joke. Just can never be serious.
No,
but
that's Deadpool though. He's never.
Not necessarily true because once again, Rick Remender, uncanny X-Force.
Right.
Yes.
He was
serious. He was levity at times, but never just I'm always gonna make a joke.
Yeah, like that one time where he had Archangel who was knocked out, and he was just kind of he's like, "Wait, where'd you get this speech?"
I don't think he'll ever be that serious again.
Never say never. I mean,
I can see him being serious.
Yeah. Never say never. I mean, yeah, let me say, I know, for a lot of, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but for the most part, the comics now follow the movies in terms of, characterization. So you might be right about that. But the weird thing is, it's kind of this weird, cycle of, give and take, because the movies will literally take plot arcs and plot, not contrivances, story beats from the from the comics. Yeah. But they'll put a little spin to it, so it's kind of weird, but
the modernized.
As a matter of fact, in Black Panther, let me see if I remember correctly, he said it first. Yeah, so he said it first in the comic, which was it was in New Avengers. He said it to Namor, every breath you every every time you breathe is mercy from me, and he said that in the comic to Namor, and then in the movie Black Panther, T'Challa said that to Claw, and then in the subsequent comic, and then the intergalactic Empire of Wakanda, we had Killmonger say that to one of his advisors. So it's just they just repeating these lines. But yeah, it's just one of those things. But other stuff has happened like that too. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. I really liked how Logan ended, even though I don't even count Logan as an X-Men film because it really is just once again, it's just a Logan show. It's just the Wolverine show. I don't even think we didn't even get any other X-Men on it. And funny enough,
I mean, no, we got a couple. I mean,
that's actually So we had Xavier there too. That's true.
Caliban.
No, I mean like people who are like I'm talking like your Storm, I'm talking like your Cyclops,
Oh,
like
those guys.
yeah,
Okay.
they didn't even pop up. They were already dead. Like they just hinted not hand like they were just like, oh no, some shit went down and they are dead. They are mega dead.
So at
Like
least 10 people are dead. We don't
yes.
know who died.
I know that's a funny thing too. We're pretty sure. I mean, yeah, it'd be interesting to be like, oh no, Jean was actually back, or Cyclops was back, or somebody. We don't even know what timeline like they were in.
No,
So
actually, I thought that was really clever how they got rid of mutants in the Logan in Logan because
they
they
get
said
rid
they
of
did it
mutants.
with cornstarch. That's brilliant.
Corns. It's the same. Yeah, it's the same logic that they did in the most recent Jurassic movie with like the locust. Spoiler by the way for that movie. But anyway,
I'm not gonna see it. I'm done.
yeah, it's
I
fine.
don't
You
like
don't
Chris
need to.
Pratt.
It's the same as like, oh no, how could we do the same thing for the 5th time and it go bad for us? Who would have guessed? Like,
Yeah, it's rough. I'm not. Chris Pratt needs to go away. I don't like him.
it is.
Yeah,
Is it
that's a
kind of? Is
punchable
it kind of
face.
weird? Yeah, isn't kind of weird for Chris? Isn't kind of weird that as soon as he started being like attractive and handsome, he stopped having a personality. It's like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's deep, it's dark. I don't like him.
Right.
I think I
Anywho,
no honestly, I think he cheated on his wife,
which one?
Anna Faris.
Anna Faris. Okay,
I don't know but with Jennifer Lawrence. Just saying.
that's odd.
Because they did that movie together, and then like all of a sudden, oh wait, he's getting a divorce.
Probably just. I mean, maybe. I mean, it could be a couple of reasons. So he probably just got a big. He just probably just got a higher salary than her. Now, no offense to Anna Faris, but like the best thing she's been in is freaking has been Scary Movie. So like,
But hey, she was taking care of them. You know, we're not gonna get into this. We're not gonna get no,
right.
we're not getting into my
Yeah.
my Hollywood conspiracy theories.
One problem I have with the Wolverine Deadpool thing is that
Yeah.
I feel like if
It's a
they're
cash
introducing Wolverine to the well, yeah, obviously, but if they're introducing Wolverine to the MCU
Mhm.
alongside Deadpool, I
Mhm.
feel like it's gonna almost set a different vibe for a Wolverine character than we maybe necessarily want. And it's gonna be an older Wolverine because
Hugh
the guy that
Jackman's
plays
old.
Deadpool, he's like in his 40s, right?
Ryan Reynolds is like 40. Yeah.
Well, we don't know if this is gonna be a younger Wolverine. Because like
I mean, they could. Yeah.
I just don't see a 20-year-old operating
no,
alongside
not 20, but like
um
late 30s, early 40s.
right now, but that's just gonna be then we might as well have the same actor come in and play it again.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is 45, and Hugh Jackman is around that age too. Let me see how old he is.
For real?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I know.
I figured we needed to get in some young blood.
Oh
So like
wow!
Hugh Jackman
It
is
was a long time ago.
Hugh Jackman is 53. So
Are you serious?
yeah, he's 53.
Oh my gosh!
He is 8
So
years
he was
older
like
than Ryan.
30 when he did Wolverine. When he did the first X-Men.
Probably. Yeah,
That's
probably.
crazy.
And mind you, and keep in mind again, at the very beginning of when he was casted, people were not happy with that because they're like, he does not look like Wolverine. And to this day, he still does not like Wolverine. They just like it's like sports therapy. Like we've just been used to him being Wolverine for like most of it, but he does not look like Wolverine
he's
in the
maybe
slightest.
too attractive.
I mean,
I think
like I remember that. Like
Yeah.
I remember when they first announced him. I
Mhm.
was like, okay, yeah, all right. I was like, it's like he's a Broadway actor. Okay, let's see what happens because like, I mean, Michael Keaton, he was a comedic. He was a comedy guy. He was a comedic actor, and he did Batman. So
Mhm.
I mean, it could happen, and Hugh knocked it out of the park. There has never been a bad Wolverine performance. Wolverine Origins sucked, but he was good. He pulled a Sam Jackson. He wasn't. The movie may be trash, but he wasn't.
I think he was a pretty good pick. Like you're never gonna get spot on. He was probably too handsome, too tall, and not hairy enough. But you know, you're not gonna get everything. So
I mean,
but
Joel
like-
Edgerton could have been. I think Joel Edgerton could have been a better pick. Like he was around. He's old. Joel Edgerton might be as old as Hugh Jackman. Funny enough.
the hardest thing is getting someone to pull off the hair, and he pulled off the hair. So
Yeah.
I can't see any of these actors pulling off Wolverine. We need an unknown.
Yeah, I think they're good. No, I think that's a problem now. I think unfortunately, I think the precedent has been like you don't have to make him look like it. You just have to have him act like it. And I think that's kind of that's a weird thing to set, honestly, because like part of the reason we want to see some of these characters, most of these characters, like actually be shown on screen. But it is when stuff like that happens though, and people go like let's say Giancarlo Esposito gets cast as Magneto, and they're like, well, he doesn't he does not look like him. I'm like, yeah, but neither did Hugh Jackman. So what you gonna do?
Oh,
so,
come on, man, that's not cool. Like, I would like to see his audition.
Oh yeah,
I would like to see that.
It's gonna be smooth.
Yeah. JB Smoove. Can you imagine JB Smoove as Xavier?
JB Smoove would be JB Smoove needs to be in something. I don't know what it's gonna be.
No. JB Smoove needs to be Droop.
Who?
Dupe.
Dupe?
The mutant alien thing.
Oh,
From
now you see, I don't like. I see, I don't even like Dupe. So like that'd be a waste of like Dupe should not be. If I was Kevin Feige, I would just make a list of people who ain't gonna be it, and Dupe would be not at the top of the list because there's somebody else. I would like, no, he's number 2. They're like, don't you even dare.
you know how much MCU loves taking irrelevant characters and making them cool.
They really do. I can see it as a cartoon.
The biggest thing they've tried to do, not the biggest thing, one of the more prominent people they've tried to do is Howard the Duck, and we see how that went.
Yeah, but also Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, he was just there though. He wasn't like a main character.
Oh well.
Like they're trying to he's just like he's a cameo most times. As a matter of fact, the most prominent role he's been in has been in the Star-Lord T'Challa. No, what two? No, it's Star-Lord T'Challa, and also like when Thor was in Vegas.
Right.
And that's in what if? What if? Yeah.
Okay. All right. Damn it.
Yeah, I know that's the good thing and bad thing about the MCU now is like that they've casted all the main, like besides the X-Men people, they've casted all the people that they really can. Like they're just scraping the bottom of the barrel in a good way. Like that's like
there's
DC
there's still a lot they haven't really gotten to yet. I mean,
like DC. They got the Inhumans now, so they can try and do that again because they got the Inhumans because they're gonna do the Inhumans right this time.
I mean, they haven't done Squirrel Girl yet. They haven't.
Yeah, and they should have. No, actually, no. I think they did cast for it and they did shoot it, but it didn't test well. I think, and so they canceled it.
Oh, yeah. I heard something about Anna Kendrick being Squirrel Girl. Like that's
something like that, but it wasn't her. It was somebody else. It was like I wasn't gonna watch it anyway. So I'm like, I really lost something here. Like not watching Squirrel Girl, but yeah.
I hope they pick more like small time actors for these roles.
Yeah, we got to get the same. Like we got to get more people for like that Australian woman for that plays what's her name, like Reagan or something from Game of Thrones.
Reagan.
Yeah.
No, I forgot her name.
Oh, Emilia Clarke.
No, another one. Okay, well, Emilia Clarke is not Australian.
The new one.
She's not?
Yeah, like whoever character she's playing in House of Dragon, like we got to get like people like her. Funny enough, also Australian. So maybe we just got to start pulling from Australia to do these roles.
I mean, we've been doing that. I mean, Hollywood's been doing that for like.
Well, Hollywood will quickly cast someone from either the UK or most times the UK or Australia, as opposed to like someone in-house like an American. I really don't know why. I don't necessarily think that they're better actors than
American ugly
actors.
Americans.
No, I think part of that, but I just think also maybe they'll just get it's easier to get international appeal if you already have someone out, because like more than likely people are going to watch a movie in America if it's like that's been not filmed in America, but that's like an American production. But then once you have like some kind of person that's in like the main role, like for like international, like the UK, then you can get it. But that's my guess. I couldn't prove it. Like I might be. I might if I like really.
I don't know if that's true. Like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter,
Lord of the Rings.
Wars.
No, Lord of the Rings. Wait, hey, who would you say was the main character in Lord of the Rings?
Frodo.
Frodo. Elijah Wood. He's American. Gandalf was freaking Sir Ian McKellen, and he's
wasn't filmed in America though.
Yeah, but it's still
yeah,
an American production. I think it's an American production though.
It is because New Line paid.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, like the production, not like the actual. I mean, it would be if unfortunately just America does not look like New Zealand, so there was almost no way that you could actually film like the freaking Shire. Yeah, it had to be like some kind of stuff like that.
You guys have some jungle, like you have like a weird.
Not like that.
No, not like that. We got
the redwoods.
They needed fields. We destroyed all those.
Yeah, we had to make it. So we had this thing called the Mall of America. Yeah, we took that out. Like
yeah, you used to have the Shire, but now you got Mall of America.
Hey, Mall of America has a Chick-fil-A now.
That is true.
It also has a Mr. Beast burger.
Does a Shire have it? You look like Mr. Beast. No,
you look like Black Tom.
Just because I'm a white guy. Come on now.
White guy with the Mr. Beast haircut and the Mr. Beast facial hair. I look like the principal of an elementary school, so we're good.
Wow. We're in a parent-teacher conference.
Yeah, I know. Which was the parent anyway?
Oh god.
All right. So yeah. X-Men 15.
Yes.
How do we feel about it, you guys?
Liked it. This is not a love letter, but this was like shows you why Forge is on the team. Actually shows you Forge is actually doing some Dark Beast kind of stuff, because like at the end with
Dark Beast stuff though. That's like...
at the end with Caliban. But the biggest thing from this comic that it gave me very much Black Science vibes. If you guys ever read that comic with I'm Rick Remender. But I'm just like, okay, this is interesting. I like Forge. I like how he's I like what he's doing right now. It explains why he's on the team and like why he needs to be there. Love the fake out, because I'm like, god damn, these guys are just crushing it. Like,
yeah, I totally got trolled. I was mad when I saw the Thor panel. I'm just like,
yeah,
no fucking way to be that civil. Not one of the children died taking out Thor.
No,
really?
That's how beastly they were.
I was like, no way.
And then it was, nope, psych, gotcha.
This gives me more evidence to be willing to say Forge is Omega level on this feat.
I think the biggest thing that got me, like maybe that, like, because they really did get me, but like looking back, I think the biggest thing that could have kept me in is that there was no mention of Orcus, and they probably wouldn't have known about Orcus.
Orcus is steering clear of them.
Yeah. So like that should have been. I mean, like I said, once again, really like the issue, but I was like, like looking back on it, like I appreciate when I can like look back and like, okay, so there were some clues here that should have told me like why that wasn't gonna work.
Kid Omega,
Kid
Omega showing up, and Black Magic. When we see Magic in the real world, she's old.
I think it means magic while she's still using she's not the magical girl anymore. She's not golden magic, she's black magic.
She's not a golden girl yet. She's
a black girl. What the fuck?
I didn't say it. Hey, I didn't say it.
You said it, motherfucker.
But yeah. I think, let's see. So that like I said, really like the issue, like what Forge was able to do. It's like, it kind of reminded me, like, there's more scientists out there than just Beast and Sinister. We got some other brainiacs. WizKid too, actually, but we don't really see what he does anymore.
It makes sense. They practically just created a mini pit. Essentially, what they did was what they did to Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Sabretooth killed the X-Men over and over again. Sabretooth conquered the world. He conquered the universe inside the pit.
Yeah.
Hey,
right?
Hey, that was the best thing they had. I mean, you can't really destroy them at all.
Right.
I mean, it was either destroy them or contain them, and I thought this was the best way to do it.
Absolutely. And they essentially created a simulated universe, which would be almost you couldn't really measure it, therefore it'd be almost an Omega level.
It's almost like it's weird because he pretty much made two pocket dimensions, but like one pocket dimension is inside of the pocket dimension, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, he did Oh, like in the episode of Rick and Morty, where
Yeah.
he has that whole universe inside that.
Inside a battery, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they also made a universe.
That was funny. That was funny. No, also, did you guys notice that Forge kept on like getting on Cyclops, like, can you please not tell anybody about this?
Yeah.
Don't tell Ben Urich. Like,
So many times. He's so petty.
Hey, I like the fact that they didn't like they showed off Forge, but they didn't punish him for it.
Yeah.
Because ever since he broke up with Storm, like, you know, well, probably around after '98. Anytime they brought in Forge, it was always to punish him, make him seem like he was still in love with Storm. And
There was that time, his run, when he was a science bro with Dr. Nemesis and Cable and the X-Force.
Yes, that too. They always made him seem like he was a simp because, like,
I know he is. Unfortunately,
no, he's not a simp though at all. It's just I don't think Hey,
go ahead.
He's from the Book of Future.
Okay.
If he hesitates, you don't wait.
The most successful thing he's been in is Storm. But anyway.
Whoa! Wow! What? Mystique? He smashed Mystique, and
Mystique's not even a mega level.
No, but he smashed Mystique while Sabretooth was on the same team. That's a brave man. Hey, no, seriously. Sabretooth. Like, back in the day, when Mystique and Sabretooth were on X Factor, Forge and Mystique got, kind of chummy, and Sabretooth was there, and he kind of heard everything, and he got pissed, but he couldn't do anything about it because he had a restraining collar.
It's funny you mentioned that. Like, side note, like, I always remember him because he's one of the more interesting characters, particularly when it comes to like the lineage of like X-Men or like mutants.
Yeah.
Because that would have, if they brought him back, or I don't know if he's dead. I mean, he probably still is dead. If they bring him back, he'd actually be a pretty good conflict for the X-Men, particularly with Krakoa. At least in the early days, it would have been. And that's Graydon Creed, or because he is a human born of Sabretooth and Mystique. If I remember correctly, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And and that's interesting because he grew up to be a politician. Right. So that'd be interesting to be like, hey, like, you're saying specifically that humans can't be on here, but I literally was born from you. Like your DNA is my DNA.
Yeah, but they both abandoned him. So
yeah. No, I just think in the early days I would have been intro. Like, granted, this is all on Hickman, because he should have mentioned that. But I'm just saying it's like a missed opportunity. But maybe in the future, maybe when they're scouring the internet and like the writers that find our podcast, because obviously they listen to it and watch it. Like they'll take the idea. But
you guys, that one part where Xavier and Forge are having a drink and the telekinesis. Okay, I'm gonna be upfront with you guys. I always thought the telekinesis for Xavier was more of a myth. It was just something like people kind of toyed with, but it wasn't anything real. I didn't know it was real.
Yeah, they done that. They said yes. So they did that quite a few times with like certain sidekicks or telepaths. Because the same thing happened with the Stepper Cuckoos and Emma Frost. Because Emma Frost also has like telekinesis, but she just doesn't use it as much.
And also happened first time I've ever heard it happening was with Psylocke.
Yes. Psylocke's weird because like her thing throws me off because psionic could almost count as telekinetic because you can just put psionic energy around something and bring it to you.
Right.
So because it shouldn't be that much different.
Like
it's just visible.
Like I remember when she was still a telepath. Now she's a telepath telekinetic.
Telepath, telekinetic, and also like psionic is its own thing because she is literally making like mental energy that is tangible that can hurt you. Right. Well, so it can hurt you, and she can also choose to just stab you in the head
Right.
and also give you psychic damage. It's
Like,
really
yeah,
weird.
she can focus her psionic energy into.
Yeah, and yet she's not,
Blade.
and yet she's not an Omega level, but like the other, but Kid Omega and Jean Grey are.
It's
I mean,
it's all
like
very...
no, because Jean's an Omega level telepath.
Yeah, no, well, no, yeah, no. See, we thought about that. So no, MJ and I thought about that, but we went back. But it's telepath for both Kid Omega and Jean.
Yeah, like Jean's the top tier, but Kid Omega, he's a double Omega because he's a telepath and.
No, I think it said. I'm gonna check it one more time, but I think it said telepath for both of them. Like it was really.
It did.
It really threw me. It really threw us off.
Because you have Exodus, who's the other psychic.
Yeah.
He's all mental. He's no constructs at all. He's no telekinetics at all. He's all just mental stuff. And he's the Omega for that branch.
Let me see.
So we have two Omegas for the same thing. That's why it is entirely possible that they're retconning Xavier into being an Omega level.
Yeah.
I don't think he's an Omega level yet, though.
Right. Like, Jean Grey, it says telepath, and also for Quinn Inquirer, it says telepath. So it's like I don't know how they describe. I don't know how they differentiate it. Exodus is go ahead.
It just feels like no, sorry, go ahead, finish with Exodus.
Yeah, no, Exodus. Okay, that's even Exodus is telekinesis. So like I just don't. I mean that makes sense, but I just don't know why they didn't. Because like for a while we thought it was okay. Well, Exodus could be telekinesis, Jean could be telepathic, and then Kid Omega is psionic, but that's not the case at all. Like both of them are telepath, are Omega level because of other telepathy.
Right.
Mind you, right, go ahead.
So I think Xavier might be Omega level now because we have that one quote where Storm says, he's the strongest psychic in the universe.
Okay, yes. All right.
Then we have him.
I have a response to that. Cap.
Go ahead.
Cap.
No, originally that was definitely a little bit of a Cap.
She was just blowing smoke.
No, that was Storm that said it, so it wasn't.
No, I know. Storm.
I would say it was Cap for sure if it was Xavier saying it, but it wasn't Xavier saying it. It was someone else saying it.
Now, granted, to be fair, Storm is the queen of being grandiose. So, but like,
right, but
she'll talk all the shit.
You have to think that they have to write comics for most people being idiots, and I definitely thought it was leaning towards Cap, but then we have this issue with him saying, "You're more powerful every time you come back."
Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. I don't know if does he just remember himself better? Like, oh no, I was better than this, and then it just happens.
No. Actually, they said that early on. Like, they come back more powerful, and so MJ, if I correct me if I'm wrong, could they eventually like if they keep dying, wouldn't they eventually become Omega?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm wondering, is it the natural evolution of the deaths? Did he ask for it special? Did he go to Mr. Sinister and be like, make me Omega level? Because so how it's been explained is that the 5 subconsciously make you better, in addition to Proteus giving you 10% extra mass every resurrection. So if he's doing that every resurrection, that 10% could be building up and building up and building up until you become Omega level. I don't know. But yeah.
It might also be something to deal with time, maybe, because that was a big focus of this issue as well. Time, and eventually they were gonna win, so we're just gonna put them in basically a loop to where they've already won, but it's not against us. It's against their idea of what we are going to be.
Well, it was just to buy time to go into the vault, right?
I think so, because I think that's true, but I think maybe the loop was going to be infinite. I'm not too sure about that because already it seems like someone has broken it. By the way, I don't know.
Who do you think that is?
That was one we saw. I think she had a name. Like, I will say it was refreshing, but it was kind of weird too. I don't know if this was always the case, but all of the names are Spanish. I don't know why.
Oh, because they're in South America. They start off.
Okay, that makes South America is more than that, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're in Brazil.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it should be Portuguese then.
True, actually. True. You're not wrong, actually.
Actually, let's go back to the great Mike Carey's run on affectionately called supernovas.
I know that's happened before though, because like Sunspot, because like writers back in the day didn't know the difference between Brazil and the rest of Latin America, and
Well,
like they literally had Sunspot speak Spanish. I'm like, you're supposed to speak Portuguese.
hey, we all know what kind of people they were.
Right, and so later on they just wrote it to where he knew that he was just so affluent that he knew Spanish and Portuguese.
Hey
Well, he
man,
was
in
rich.
the Marvel
I
universe,
know, no, but he
in
was
the
exclusively
Marvel,
speaking Spanish.
in Marvel, Brazil speaks Spanish. We all know that. Come on now.
Do they
That would
though?
be funny. They just say that. Like, no, that would have been a great thing in Multiverse of Madness. Like Brazil, yeah, they all speak Spanish here. Wait, what? It's like, wait, she was like, what? So what do they speak in your world? Portuguese? Really?
Like, but all in all, I really like this book. This
Yeah.
like, I okay, so I like how we found out that Cyclops intentionally picked Forge because Cyclops knew Forge was working on something for the professor.
Yeah, that's pretty much that. Yeah, that was kind of established in the Met Gala one and the Gala thing, the Hellfire Gala too, because like Ford said specifically, like if it gets in the way of anything, I'll take care of it.
It is a bit of a letdown because it had nothing to do with Orcus. So like your whole master plan to defeat Orcus had nothing to do with Orcus. I'm a little like, so I guess
No,
now
no,
it's like,
hey, I would.
can it be applied against Orcus in some way? Can Orcus walk through some door one day and they catch him inside of one of these reality portals?
Well,
Like, what?
unironically, he seems to have fixed it. Like he literally made a black hole gun, unless that was fake. I'm like, just shoot that at Orcus.
Yeah.
I mean that. I mean, I think they're dealing with the early. I mean, they don't have to deal with Orcus right away. I mean, the Children of the Vault are way more dangerous than Orcus.
I see. That's why
They can take out Nimrod by themselves.
That would be
like,
that'd be another thing. Yeah, just teleport them to the Nimrod base and call it the day. Have them fight each other.
Supposedly this branch of Children of the Vault are supposed to be Omega level. That was the whole idea, that they have finally evolved from Alpha level to Omega level thanks to the Survivor dude.
Darwin.
By Darwin. But based off what we saw from their powers, they don't look Omega level. They had to create water bubbles around
Omega level
heads.
though.
That's not Omega level. That's like Alpha level at best.
Let's see what they were able, like based on what we saw them able to do. They were able to they were able to burn Colossus, which is actually that's
huge. Hard to do. That's
very difficult to do. They were able to.
He's just the heat of steel.
Yeah,
but it was from the inside. It was from the inside out.
Yeah, he was cooking them.
It's one thing if he like learned adamantium or something now, but no, he's just steel. I don't think he's
Also, like, didn't this feel like an X-Force issue?
A little bit, yeah. I think like the art,
art made it feel like an X-Force.
Yeah, the art. Yeah, I was like almost like, Force should probably be on X-Force.
Right. I mean, I kind of see that we're kind of seeing like which X characters work on the main X book and which ones don't.
Honestly,
Forge
that logic. Yeah, go ahead.
Forge works on he's a Q.
So where does Magic work at?
We haven't really seen we haven't really seen her do anything yet.
Nope. Nothing.
She works good in any book, I think. I think she's an excellent second.
Even Fallen Angels.
Fallen Angels.
She wasn't in Falling Angels.
Huh?
She wasn't in Falling Angels.
No. He say like
because you say that she works good in any book. So I was like, even Fallen Angels.
We would have got some bisexual tension between her and Psylocke. So
oh no, that wasn't no. All the bisexual stuff comes from Excalibur. Like so right? That's the wrong book.
Oh, and Marauders.
And Marauders, right.
You can't tell me Magic ain't bisexual. Come on now.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I would not be surprised if they even do that. In fact, I would not even be surprised if they just say that she's a lesbian. They shouldn't, because that goes against like her character, because she actually has shown interest in boys before. But I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
She spent 40 years with Madeline Pryor in a pocket dimension.
Why do you keep doing that? Like Okay, if you and I like we're just around each other for 40 years, are we just gonna turn romantic? Just proximity.
Are you saying like no? See, he's saying
Hey,
eventually, like at 40 years, you're gonna like
hey,
why not?
I'm not going celibate for 40 years, my man. You get a
Oh,
out of my pocket dimension.
And then what else? And then by that logic, are you saying then by that let's take this even deeper. Right? Then by that logic, are you saying that because X-23 or no Laura and Sync because they were together for 40 years, she stopped being racist? Like she
right?
Of course.
He was so
That's exactly
racist.
what happened. That's exactly.
So it's gonna
it
take
just
you
took
40 years not to be racist.
right, it just took her 40 years.
Hey, she is Wolverine clone. She's stubborn.
Wolverine's not racist.
Well,
Well, you
I
know
think they
what?
were
I
in there
don't
for.
know. I don't
I think
know.
Laura was in there for like
Like
400
wasn't his
years.
first like unironically like wasn't his first love indigenous indigenous Native American and or Native Canadian?
You mean that date dances with wolves? Uh,
Yeah,
Oh
but
no. Wolverine is almost like he's dancing with wolves. He's also let's see last
Last
samurai.
Samurai.
Like yeah.
you
If we ever took him to Wakanda, he would
Right.
be dead.
He's the first white. He's always a colonizer.
it's a little weird, but like racist people can still sleep and love.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, but
POCs.
no, what I guess hopefully okay, that is interesting. So you're saying I guess that's true. So you're saying like if I was like no, hang on. So if Magic was homophobic, but she just hung out with Madeline Pryor for 40 years, then she was like not homophobic, right? That's what you're saying.
Essentially,
Ah,
Which is funny. I
essentially,
will say this: if any, like technically speaking, if anyone should be homophobic, it would be Magic because she is from Russia. But as a matter of fact, the opposite would happen because in Ultimate X-Men, Colossus was gay.
yeah, and he tried.
So
Okay.
yeah,
All right, fun story time.
yeah.
There was this little subplot where Colossus was trying to come out to Wolverine, and Wolverine's like,
oh,
"It's like you know what? There's some shit that you just gets keep to yourself, not to."
Yeah, that and also he came out to and Ultimate. He came out to Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler was devout Catholic, and so he was not for it
He's like, "What the?
for a while.
Like, dude, you're going to hell."
Right. Actually, it's kind of something I wish they had to explore a little bit in New Mutants, but then again, that was a good movie. And anyway, but like Wolfsbane, because they changed Wolfsbane's sexuality. Well, both of them, Moonstar and Wolfsbane. I was like, well, she's a devout Catholic. That should at least like affect her. That should at least like affect how she thinks about like that thing. Because like she would think she's cursed for two reasons. One, she's mutant. She thought she was cursed, and also that she's at least I don't know if she's lesbian or she's just like I really don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. Like at least like they're like either way they like that particular faith. Well, a lot of them they're not into like they're not down with that. So I'm like, but they just kind of glossed over that.
Right.
Marvel is subtly trying to make us think that polyamorous is next to godliness.
Apparently, I mean,
How?
well, that's the funny thing because I mean, when pretty much with Nightcrawler, that's true. But granted, I don't think he's poly, but he definitely sleeps around.
He's
into
going to be.
adultery.
He's like in love with this Arakan woman,
Yeah,
but he's also. I'm fairly certain he's going to have a baby with Scarlet Witch coming right away.
yeah,
here.
I hope so.
Thank
With
God.
Nocturne, bring in Nocturne.
Please.
Actually, he had a lot of children. Like and X-Men, the end, he had like 5 children because he's Catholic. But he had like 5 children with Scarlet Witch.
Oh come on, we all know that Nightcrawler doesn't believe in birth control.
Yeah, he's Catholic.
He has no pull-out game.
Plus, we still have his clone that I've been wanting to get for so long. His Chimera clone. It's kind of like his daughter-esque. I think she's like a combination of Nightcrawler, Colossus, and Magic.
Wait, are you talking about Cardinal?
Yeah.
Wait, was that a clone? I thought the clone. No. Rasputina was more like Magic and Moonstar and what you call it and Cardinal. Well, that's more like Nightcrawler, but I think that was a guy.
Yeah, that was a guy.
Oh! Rasputin wasn't Nightcrawler. Oh, okay.
No. Cardinal was because Cardinal was like the pacifist, and Rasputina was the
Right,
the
right.
fighter.
Oh, and all the Cardinals had the same name. They were all clones, and
Cardinals.
they all had 5 teleporting powers. They had
Right.
5 ways to
Just they
escape.
could get out any way. They were just getting out. They're just
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah, it's a good concept. A breed of mutants that could survive anything because they could go anywhere.
You know, I'm really surprised they haven't brought them back. It's been this long.
They're I think they're coming back in like the Secret Sinister or whatever. I forgot what it's called, but I actually did see in the picture that they pop up. So they have not
Really?
they have not been forgotten. Yeah. The Sinister, and then the in the third, like the in the right corner, you kind of see hints of them.
The Sinister implied that he's definitely still interested in them.
Yeah.
He's just so obsessed with this new time travel stuff that it's taking all his time. But he'll go back to it eventually. So whenever they lock him in this timeline and he can't do any more save files,
Yeah.
Save files.
whenever that's done, he'll go back to his chimeras. So yeah, right after this event goes in the sin of Sinister. So
Yeah, posted in Discord.
I'm pretty
guys
sure the
forget this-
Primaris, I'm pretty sure the Prime Genitor Celestial would do something to him. Or Krakoa, or he gets locked away in the pit or something, and in the pit he makes
Oh
chimeras.
yeah, it did seem like that. Yeah, because like we did see like a panel, not panel. We did see a cover where he's getting dragged into the pit.
Doesn't it kind of seem like Mr. Sinister is kind of like well, not he's kind of like Rick Sanchez.
I mean, at this point, he pretty much is, because he can just he literally just like, okay, if I mess up here, I'll just make a new universe.
Right.
He is evil. He's definitely. I think he has the best interest for Krakoa, but the best interest for Krakoa isn't necessarily the best interest for the future world. Like, he wants to get with Krakoa surviving. He survives long enough to then form one of his empires.
Right.
No,
he's Steeler cult.
He's lubing up Krakoa for him to like take it.
Yeah, everyone. I mean, that wouldn't be too surprising. I'm actually kind of surprised Emma Frost isn't doing that, really, because
we don't even know we don't even know what our plans are. We're supposed to like.
All I know is that she's going to manipulate people and then be upset when she herself is manipulated because she cannot learn from her mistake.
God, God, that is so weird. It's still weird.
You know, she's just like character flaws. You just gotta have. It's like you gotta have something. So that's hers.
I just don't get. And also, since Destiny has been around, she's been completely useless.
I mean, no, every now and again, like when we need a memory, which she doesn't. I guess she like when we need a memory of Storm and lingerie, she's right there, and God bless her for that. Like that's what we need when we need her most. She's right there.
Oh my God, you guys are insane.
Emma Frost hasn't failed though. Like Xavier and Magneto have massive failures that they need to make up for.
Emma come on! How was they supposed to know about Moira?
Well, spoiler alert. I mean, Magneto's dead, so you can't even.
Well, Xavier being the most powerful telepath in the universe, I don't know how.
So you're saying that he should have seen Santa coming?
Well, Emma saw it.
Wow.
The fact is
I
that
mean,
Emma
he is,
saw
but
it,
he can't tell the future.
Emma saw it in seconds. She saw the truth.
Because Emma was worse than people.
No, wait, no. She saw what they wanted to show her.
So Emma sees your flaws where Xavier sees your hopes.
Yes.
It's bullshit explanation because Moira's hopes were to kill the mutants. So
well, I think once again that kind of see, this is my headcanon. I think specifically that's just like what that's that kind of comes down to like how you are as a psychic. Like Xavier is like ultimately he believes in the dream. So he'll look at what your dreams are. Meanwhile, Emma Frost can this kind of goes back to her being, her always trying to please her father. And that, as a matter of fact, she's not actually even a natural blonde. She actually has brown hair like you, but she dyed her hair because her father told her that she was ugly without like blonde hair. So she can only see the flaws in people because she can only see her own flaws.
And her dad looks like Scott. Just saying.
Right. But I was going to ask you something because you're more into Arakko than I am, or at least their customs and cultures. So my question is, because right now, to our understanding, Magneto is dead. Like, he's just dead. Like, yeah, I know, give or take. We'll see what happens with that.
I don't think
Even
he's
in the,
dead.
but my question is, because we saw Cable, is it against Krakoan, or like, is would it be against Arakan tradition, or like or their culture, if Cable body slides and stops Magneto from dying? Like,
No,
would that be seen as like cheating?
no, I don't think
No,
so.
because they had no problem with healing Aura when she got her eye punctured. There seemed to be zero. They have the Rocco has their own healing gardens, and they imply that we got to take Aura, the eyeball girl, to
Mhm.
there to get healed, and that means that there's a mutant that uses their powers on you to heal you, and it didn't. No one seemed to be at any flaw with that, like any like that's not a rockin' culture. We can't do that. She has to
Right.
heal herself. There's nothing like that. So, in addition, it seems like not even resurrection is again is Krakoan policy. I mean, Arakan policy. The whole White Sword is one of their OG Arakans, one
But
of the
did he
oldest
go though?
Arakans.
Did he leave?
Now, that's
Because I
true.
thought he stayed on Amos.
Now that's true. Now, to be fair though, they have changed custom, and they established that Genesis did not like the night seats, and so she did away with them. But now they came back. So she has like they have changed tradition before.
They have, and but the aura of I'm talking like tradition and law are slightly different, and their
Yes, that's true.
traditions are changing, but we don't so much know if their laws are changing. Um, there is no law that says you can't be resurrected or you can't be healed. I know that for sure.
It's just
Because
frowned upon.
it's just frowned upon. And there is a law that you can't be resurrected and be on the Great Ring,
Right.
but there is no law that says you can't be in a Rock-In. So even if Magneto is resurrected, he can still chill out on a Rocco. He just can't be on the Great Ring.
That's wild. It's but all right. So who? All right. So who is the most dangerous faction to Krakoa as a whole
In terms of against them, or you mean on Krakoa or against
against
Krakoa?
Krakoa?
And
Right
they have to
now,
be located in the Soul System.
Uh, sure. Yeah. Who is their biggest threat?
I would say the horticulturalists, because they can just shut down their entire they can just shut down their entire gates.
They did, but Beast he got some of their technology. So like
They can just make new technology.
he has a spot like he yeah. Also, I don't where's the last time we seen them?
The last time we saw them, it was when funny enough, it was when Emma Frost broke into freaking not Amos, Orcus for one of them, because we saw that they're like these gorilla people, and they were talking to the horticulturalists.
I think they were invited into Orcus, and I think they refused. I can't quite
I
remember.
think so, something like that.
My pick would be Wakanda.
Really? Why Wakanda? They ain't beat nobody.
They're just so xenophobic and isolationist. Um, they don't seem to like powers and people with powers, and they don't seem to want to do much trade with people outside of them. And the main power of the mutant kind right now is their ability to trade resources that no one else has.
Right.
And Wakanda doesn't want that at all.
Well, Wakanda didn't want it because they're not dependent on it. Like they've established before, like they had the cure for cancer way before anyone else. So like they don't have like theoretically speaking, and like it's in practice it's kind of a different story. But like so what they've established is that specifically that they don't need the resources that Krakoa was offering. So that's why they don't deal like most countries were like dealing with what you call it. We're dealing with Krakoa because they not need it. They wanted that resource, but Wakanda does not need that. I can't necessarily say they're xenophobic either. But the biggest thing I might say you're right about, or like you might be right about that, is because technically speaking, the only time, well, most of the times that we've seen Wakanda accept mutants is because of either mainly to T'Challa or Shuri. So I don't know if the country itself is xenophobic. But like legitimately, the only time I can think of, and this is anecdotal, the only time I can think of that I have ever seen a Wakandan actively hate a mutant was Gentle's mom, but she disliked him more because he was biracial than more like, and he just happened to be a mutant. So I think that's like the only time I could think of.
I don't exactly mean like full on racism. I think more like if you were to pull the average Wakandan and ask them, would the world be better off without powers or with powers? They'd probably say without powers, right?
Maybe, but like the Black Panther is in itself like the heart-shaped herb gives you powers. So I don't even know if that like
Or
yeah.
Or let's say a certain mutant was to go into the throne room, Bishop, and then we find out, oh, he's an heir to the Black Panther.
No, well, there's two ways. No, there's two ways to do that. Like originally, it was kind of a cheat, so I was like, I didn't like that. But like technically speaking, like the justification is that technically, like the royal family, like T'Challa, his bloodline,
Yeah.
like they have basically just built up an immunity for taking a heart-shaped herb, so like it doesn't poison them. But the biggest thing is it's twofold. It's like taking a heart-shaped herb and also that's approving you. So the idea would be that you may like if you win the contest, because it's still technically well not anymore, but they still could do that contest where like someone can try and fight the Black Panther and beat them. If you win, then you take the heart-shaped herb, and if you don't get poisoned, that means that Bast is accepting you as a new Black Panther, which is possible. Like technically speaking, that would have been very interesting. They can do a what if one day if they haven't already. They can do a what if Hunter the White Wolf became the Black Panther, because he does not have the blood of anyone because he's adopted.
Right.
So if they accept if he drinks the heart-shaped herb and he's cool, then he's good. So that'd be interesting.
If I was going to do a story with Bishop in that whole story, I think the best way to do it would be in the future, not in the present tense, but have him go back to the future and Wakanda be destroyed and everyone dead, and the necropolis is like his where he goes and chills, like kind of like his where does Superman go to chill once in a while?
It's the
Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude. So basically, Wakanda becomes his Fortress of Solitude.
No, I mean, but here's the thing with Bishop though, like, he left Australia. He doesn't know anything about his past, about his family's heritage. So, like, we don't even know where
Wakanda. Didn't Bishop say his parents were killed by the Phoenix?
No. He said his family was killed. Like his parents died in America in the camps.
In the camps, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. No, but he blames Hope for being born. He blames Hope for it because if it wasn't for her, they wouldn't be in the camps. So I'm thinking Manifold and Shuri had a kid, had a couple kids, and that old lady who raised them, that's their Aunt Storm.
So what I'm hearing is that Bishop is the Judas to Exodus.
How's he the Judas?
Because he hates Hope and he's gonna fuck her over one day.
Okay.
Well, I mean that was Messiah complex. So that's already.
I was confused because like, wouldn't he be the Judas to Hope because he was trying to kill Hope and Judas was betraying Jesus?
No, but Hope doesn't think of herself as a god yet or whatever, Messiah.
Yeah, but neither did Jesus, technically speaking.
Right, but Exodus does, and he's gonna create a whole.
No, church. Exodus would be somebody else. God, I wish Corey was here because like there was like I don't know who like this is gonna sound weird. I know it's gonna sound crazy. I don't know who the main fanboy of Jesus was when it comes to the apostles, but I want to say it's Peter, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's the guy that founded the church. I think it was Peter. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So Exodus would be Peter, and then Bishop would be Judas, but Hope would be Jesus.
Sinister would probably be Judas, but
wait. So would that make Cable Joseph?
Yeah, he adopted.
Or Mary.
No. He didn't give birth to Hope. Yeah, he would be. He got
shot for her.
Did Mary ever get shot for Jesus? I don't think so.
He took a shot from God. Pregnancy joke.
I know what the metaphor was.
Okay, so
Yeah, I don't even think Hope knows who her mom is. That's a funny
I
thing.
mean, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing.
I mean, it doesn't really
Calls
matter.
herself a Summers. I'm like, okay,
Yeah, because Cable's a Summers.
yeah, but I'm like, okay, hold up, little girl. You're Hope.
Didn't
Your
Hope go by
mother.
Gray for a while?
So what?
Isn't Hope going by Gray right now? Like, isn't she kind of like taking on
No,
Jean's?
no, no,
vibe?
No,
no. That
that's
was
Rachel.
Rachel.
And I think she's Summers now.
Yeah, she's Summers again, but like for a while, she was. Chris Claremont had her throwing a tantrum and change her name to Gray. Because God forbid.
I like the. I love the houses of Krakoa. I want to see what Krakoa looks like in 1,000 years with these houses. I want to see them adopt or clone more people for their houses.
No more clone Summers.
Imagine a
Just
competition.
bring Adam X into the and let's just have a nice dinner.
Adam X and Ruby Summers.
Okay, we don't need Ruby. Okay, we talk.
We need
okay,
Ruby.
okay. All right, how about this? Emma is pregnant with Ruby now.
I'm waiting for it. You know what? If that's her issue of Mortal X-Men, I will stand and I will applaud. I will literally have a frame of the comic and like I'll get a prestigious frame. I'll do this. I will do you one even better. I will literally, if that's the case, I will literally replace my degree from law school with that like people just ask like what's your pride and joy? That's right here. Like I will it will be in my office hanging.
Like by a long shot, by a long
yes. Like prominent. It will be like because and like in my office, like there's my degree from law school, there's my license to practice law, and there's a picture of Malcolm X. Like I will wholeheartedly replace the license to practice law. I will take that down.
Why are you doing it?
Right next to Malcolm X.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
I don't think we're ever gonna get that though, because you got the whole thing with Emma Frost and Tony Stark that's apparently coming up here
come
soon.
on. No, they just like to tease that. It's like it's like the Thing becoming human again. Yeah, we know it's coming, but like, no, they're not really gonna do it. They're not really gonna do it. Tony Stark and Emma Frost, come on, that's a cliche.
You can really make that. You can really make that comparison if you have like a quote from an editor saying that. I've never heard an editor say that before.
Didn't an editor say specifically that like Children of the Atom was gonna like change the way we look at Marvel Comics?
No, that was a synapse.
And
that was the synapse.
A synopsis, but that would be approved by an editor.
Not necessarily. That could have been approved.
They just got it through the censors.
MJ, we do not always believe the marketing.
I'm just asking. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying. What
I believe is the talks. The fact that the guy confirmed that Marvel was in talks of doing a marriage between Tony Stark and Emma before COVID. COVID happened. That got put on the back burner, and now he's hinting at the talks are happening again.
So this would be an arranged. It would have been an arranged marriage. There's no way Emma Frost is going to give up Cyclops.
That's true.
To move on.
She's to move on. Move on.
She does not know how to.
She can't move on.
She is.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Wolverine needs to move on too, but
from Jean.
My point is that
he has moved on. He just keeps coming back.
That's true.
Like even Xavier, he's dating kind of Amelia Vaught.
Either they do a 4-way marriage or they just Wolverine and
Wait, so 4-way marriage? Do you mean like? Does that mean that Wolverine would hook up with Emma Frost too?
Yeah, I guess.
Why do people really?
Said, yeah.
Wolverine, like Emma thinks Wolverine is disgusting. She said this multiple times.
Many people think Wolverine's disgusting. He's still,
But let's not pretend like she hasn't been dicked down by someone that's disgusting before.
I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Who would it be? Yeah, because like I don't.
She
I'm
walked
pretty- I'm
into
pretty-
the Red Lagoon and she implied that she slept with somebody in the Red Lagoon, and there's nobody in that Red Lagoon that I recognize.
I
So
mean, all right. Let's go over.
I think what you call it. I think maybe she hinted that she was gonna have. Well, she wanted to have sex with Captain America, but he reminds her of her. But she reminds him of his mother, so that was out. And then also, it's maybe it hinted that she might be interested in Crow, but apparently for some strange reason, I don't know if that's his power or something, but like he just flirts everybody, and it just affected. If anything, Crow should just be Arrows at this point, like the way they're presenting him.
Okay, so
Or Star Fox for people that don't know who I'm talking about.
I think she slept with Shaw at one point.
Oh, that's implied. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much established. Yeah, that's not
Okay.
that's
She slept with Cyclops. We all know this.
we've
It's
seen
been
that multiple
implied
times.
that she slept with Banshee during Generation X.
Okay.
Uh,
Tony Stark. They've said that before.
yeah, Tony Stark.
one that this is complete headcanon, but I believe she slept with Magneto when she was part of the Brotherhood.
She never met Magneto until she met him.
What?
Wasn't
She never met Magneto until she met him.
No, she had never met him until when they met in the books.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
sorry,
man, I'm sorry. I thought I had it.
You said the same thing, but with more words.
but she joined the Brotherhood for a while,
No,
right?
she's never joined the Brotherhood.
She was
never been part of the Brotherhood.
She was going out. Yeah, when was she being White Queen? Because I know there was that Pride of the X-Men cartoon where she was a part of.
No. Pride of the X-Men is completely wrong. None of that.
No. I'm just saying. Like it might have came from somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, but I do know like they established that she was part of the Brotherhood at one point.
No, she has never been part of the Brotherhood.
She betrayed the X-Men to the Brotherhood once. I know that.
No.
Yes, she betrayed. And that's why Kitty Pryde struggles to trust her because.
Are you talking about? Yeah, what he's talking about was referenced in the event. I don't necessarily think it was that exactly. Like he's talking about when Josh Whedon wrote it with like. But
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
She captured the X-Men. Like
but
that
who
was
she
capturing the X-Men.
Who was she working for at that point? Was it the Hellfire Club?
Hellfire Club, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like she's always been with the Hellfire Club.
Really?
Wait, take it back. She did have her own Brotherhood. It was with Fabian Court. It was like the last
right?
It was the last run before Dawn of X. It was Fabian Cortez, Dark Beast. I forget. There was a bunch of people.
I feel like she said once that she only ever trusted one man, and he led her astray.
That probably was Shaw.
I thought that was Magneto.
No, she's never. No.
So anyway, so we got 4 people so far. I mean, probably countless others because of the Hellfire Club, but like just the people that we know.
Well, some Targaryen stuff with Christopher.
Oh God. Okay.
Wait, you said some Targaryen stuff with Christopher. Wait, hang on. Wait, I'm confused now. Did Marjorie Tyrell ever have sex with her brother in like Game of Thrones? Because Christopher's gay.
Oh shit.
No, not Christopher. No, Christian. Christian's gay. Yeah, Christian's gay.
I don't know.
It would be. I'm just saying, like it'd be, but like between, like if it was anyone in her family, it'd be her father. But second of all, it would be her sister because she does have a sister.
Yeah, she's the reason he's okay.
Oh God.
No, I think Christian killed him. It was in that awful Sin of Grace comic with Iceman.
Emma stole Jean Grey's card and made him.
Oh, come on! No, damn it! No, she never had sex with Iceman.
No,
it's been implied with Banshee though.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I don't care.
Probably a lot of people that's off camera type thing.
Yeah, no, like that's because of Hellfire Club because that was their whole thing. Their whole like they did freaking orgy. Maybe Mastermind.
I don't think she would ever let him touch her.
All right, well there you go.
That's it. Like I don't know, like because she's super bougie.
Yeah, that's
And
that's
she's the
part of it.
meanest person ever.
She
People like to
I don't know,
forget
man.
that. No,
There's
people like to forget she was the meanest
no
person.
Cassandra no was pretty mean.
she
No,
would
yeah.
sleep with you just to make you feel like you trust her more.
No, no, that's the thing though. I think most of the time she would just project that she slept with you.
Yes. And just mess with
Yeah.
you. Like,
it could be, but honestly, fucking tomatoes. If you slept with her in
What?
your head or you fucked her in real life,
No,
Fire
no,
starter
that's not true at
she
all.
killed
Wait,
her
wait,
horse.
hang on.
if
Wait
she
a minute, hang on.
projects me
Yeah.
penetrating her into my mind, I don't give a fuck.
But
It's
one's
nothing
real,
worse.
one's not. Hang on, wait. That's like me. That's like her. Okay, literally, that's like her saying like, "Oh, he had sex with me in his mind, so I'm going to sue him for sexual assault." And then her actually saying, he actually sexually assaulted. No, that's all. That doesn't fit. That doesn't work.
No, we're talking a universe where she can project a 1-for-1 replica of whatever
Right.
happening in my mind. Well, no, hey, she's using superpowers to project booby feelings
It's an
into my
illusion.
mind.
Wait,
I
then,
know
Just
how
gonna
her
make
boobs
macaroni
feel.
noises.
wait, hang
when
on.
you
Wait,
cross.
wait, wait.
I know
Then
how
by
they
that,
feel.
okay, go ahead.
I know the squishiness in my mind. That is real.
Then by that logic,
reality is the eye of the beholder.
Then by that logic, then we should like so you know how like a lot of prosecutors use like rap lyrics against rappers, then we should sue every actor ever action wise for killing people, for murder, because like it's on screen and we see it.
I said superpowers. I don't know why you keep forgetting that part. We're
Movie
talking
magic.
superpowers.
That's superpower.
Oh my God.
the magic to put the feeling of a booby in my mind.
All right, so
real.
if it's what you call it, like
unless
like
you're saying that she's changing the feeling, that the feeling that's in my mind is not the real feeling it would be.
So based on so with a movie, because sometimes with movies like like they have that a rumble feature. So like if that happens, then we got him. I'm coming for you, Liam Neeson.
Stupid. No. Okay. So personally, I think the Krakoa's greatest threat is probably itself.
That's a cop out.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, I think the Illuminati, this new Illuminati.
I agree with that.
Who's part of it now?
That was going to be my
Richards, T'Challa, like Black Panther, Stark, Namor.
Okay.
I think
Did you
maybe
just call him T'Challa?
T'Challa.
I swear you just called him
I don't like
T'Challa.
T'Challa back. T'Challa girl.
T'Challa back girl.
Ain't no T'Challa back girl.
Oh God. I didn't know what a hollow black girl was, but all I knew was I wanted Gwen Stefani dead.
T'Challa Tyrone.
I hate no hollow black girl. T'Challa back. Oh God, man! You want to talk about gentrification?
Yeah,
that video is all about gentrification. No, seriously, you guys ever get a chance to see
I've seen the video of I am let me explain to you. I am vastly interested in Gwen Stefani. Like
I know exactly that part. I know exactly that part. You're like, where is it's the part? It's the part.
Oh, that's it.
Okay. No,
I am deeply familiar with Gwen Stefani.
But this was a great week for X-Men. For X-Men fans, I feel like we got something great with Forge.
We skipped the whole comic. I don't know if you want to
Avengers.
Oh, you know what? We don't do Avengers in this house. Nah, I'm kidding. What's up? What happened in Avengers?
It was pretty good. It was just mostly about Tony Stark. So Judgment is not over.
Yeah.
It got confirmed that while the Celestial is killing the world and the Avengers, X-Men, and the Eternals are inside his body trying to kill it, it's still judging them, which would imply that Judgment is not over.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he still judging you if he's already deemed everyone
Well, it
worthy?
didn't
Not
judge everybody else. Well,
Now,
actually, yeah, that's a good question.
Now, granted, it could just be because he's still inside, like he's literally in the celestial, so maybe you get like a second chance if you keep trying.
What if it's all a cop out?
I think it's all a cop out. I think it's all an illusion. I don't
Yeah,
think
like we're gonna see.
Just
He's
a
gonna
dream.
he's gonna blow up the world.
I
But
don't.
it's gonna be in that.
I will say.
illusion again.
I will say one thing though. They still established that Thor's dead. So like,
Yeah, Thor's dead right now.
no, but Thor, Sydney, London, all blown up. And Thor dead. I don't think any of that's staying. I don't think they're gonna resurrect Thor via the Krakoan process. I think it's just all an illusion. I think,
All-
or if it's not an illusion, the Celestials just gonna reverse time.
Yeah, probably.
This is worse than Matrix Resurrections.
You know what I want them to do? Actually, I want them to just go to a different universe. Like, actually pull a Rick and Morty, and they just replace. Like, they just go to a blank like a blank Earth, and then just restart.
How about like a universe where Marvel doesn't have to do an event every year?
We can't. We don't live in that reality, unfortunately. Like that's a constant.
No,
Yeah.
we don't need events every year, though.
How will they? How will we know everything's connected if we don't have an event that connects everything?
Well, why don't we have like like at the end of the last event, we set up breadcrumbs and have it lead up to the event.
If you're gonna do a big event like this, it should be like every 5 years at maximum.
Thank
But
you.
small events are okay. Like Hellfire Gala, that's an
It's fine.
event. And it was
Uh,
small,
yeah.
like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month.
The reforming of the Fantastic Four is a small big event.
I think the last big event that I enjoyed was Secret Wars. Not Secret Wars. Well, Secret Wars, and then also a Secret Empire.
Yeah. Last event.
Um,
Uh,
I kind of like the little tie-in for the Plant Monsters when they invaded Krakoa. They had a little nice little tie-in. It was a little small, a little short and sweet. It wasn't anything too big. X-Men weren't dragged into anything for too long.
I mean, there's a lot in X of Swords I liked.
That wasn't so much a that was an X-Men event. That wasn't so much a Marvel event.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, Marvel. Marvel. No, Avengers vs. X-Men still an X-Men event.
No, that would count though, because it's like it's tying the two. It's tying the two together.
Yeah, but it still feels like a cop out.
I'll probably have to go with Civil War 1.
Yeah,
Civil War 1 was really good.
I know that was way. I know they go way in the past.
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey man, you can't beat the classics if they're classic.
But you know what? Actually, Axis was pretty good for a minute.
Man, like
No. Hear me out.
Okay,
Remember-
I'm listening.
Remember when like everybody got inverted and like
Yeah,
okay, when Rogue
we got Grayskull.
when Rogue and Nightcrawler were after Mystique, and Mystique's like, hell, we can talk about it. It's like, oh, now you want to talk.
Mystique is there too. Yeah.
That was great. And Tony Stark was a complete ass. I mean, like, but really leaning into it.
Well, there was oh yeah, right. Yeah, he was that was under Tom Taylor wrote that, I believe.
Right.
That was Superior Iron Man.
Right. Like all the villains end up being heroes.
Yeah.
It was such a silly concept. No, but
Well, that's actually let's see, it was not a spinoff, but that's because technically speaking, Havoc and Wasp have a daughter named Katie Summers, which we don't. Kang took her, and we still don't know what happened to her.
how does every big Marvel villain have beef with the Summers?
You can't beat perfection.
Yeah, that's true.
Just happens like that.
All right, but
Like Your Honor, he's simply built different. Like he's like.
Hey,
There was one last cool thing I want to mention from the Avengers comic. Tony Stark, so they might be retconning this, or maybe this has always been a thing in his character, but the Celestial basically is talking to him, and basically implies that the reason he learned to build things is because watching his parents die in a car crash, he's always wanted to build things better so that better machines means less people die in his mind.
Right. And they also I said like that issue was both a love letter and also a vicious scorn to Tony Stark. Because he also said they also said all you've been doing since is just making a bigger machine. Now look at you. Now you're in literally the armor of a celestial. I'm like, God damn. Burn, you just always make every armor you make kills people. Now you're in the biggest armor that's killing everybody. I was like, damn.
All right. So what? All right. Before we log out, what is the worst Marvel event?
The worst Marvel event, Marvel wise. Not see, I was gonna say X-Sword, but said Marvel wise. Oh, I know. It's gonna be X-Men versus Inhumans.
Wow, so early.
No, because it's just it was unnecessary. I mean, I almost want to say Death of X, but that seemed to just be that just seemed to be an X-Men event.
Right. Yeah.
House of M.
That's a good. I mean, that's a good one too. I didn't like House of M either, but not
no. Go. I'm gonna break that down. Why?
Oh, for me or him?
For me, my worst trope is when you're stuck in an alternate reality, and everything is just gimmicky and nothing really matters. Cause in 5-6 issues, everything's gonna be reverted back, and so it's just it was such a drag.
Yeah, they did it better. For me, they did it better in Age of X. So I pointed that one better.
I didn't read Age of X. I quite literally skipped it.
It's fine. One of the better. I would say it's one of the better depictions of an alternate road, because she actually became this character called Legacy, and pretty much anytime a mutant died or was dying, she would actually touch them and get their memories, so they would still memories and powers, so they would stay alive basically in memory. So I like that.
Right. I would say
kind of pretty cool costume.
1 second, Corey. I would say the worst. Man.
There's also Shadowland, but that's another one.
I'm gonna go Dark Realm.
Dark Reign or Dark what?
Dark Reign.
Dark Reign with Daredevil?
No, wait, no. Damn it! You took my good one. You took Inhumans, so I had to come up with you put me on the spot. All right. I'm gonna go with damn it. Avengers vs. X-Men.
Okay. The first one?
Yes, the first one.
Oh, sorry, no, that's actually the second one, because they had fought before, but it was way back in the day.
Okay, the 2012 one.
Yeah, the contemporary. That's fair.
You knew the Avengers were gonna win.
They didn't even win.
They took out the X-Men.
No, that didn't happen. No, they joined them. That's the big thing. They took.
Yeah, they made them become honorary Avengers to.
Yeah, no, they took Cyclops' plan, and it's we're gonna use the Phoenix Force to help make the immunity. So you mean the shit I was doing at the beginning?
God, I hate.
We watched Magneto take on half the Avengers by himself at the Hellfire Gala.
True.
He took on Vision, Iron Man, Captain America. Granted, they all have iron in their abilities.
To be fair, I don't think the shield is magnetic though.
It's vibranium.
No, he did. There's enough other alloys in the shield that he moved the shield.
Okay, I would have to check back again.
All right, Corey. We were talking about Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds announcing.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, just to get it out of the way, I've kind of unplugged from reading a little bit. I've got a few things on pre-order that I'm following. I did a glance of the X-Men thing. I'm like, okay, Ford just built something new. I'll get back to that later. But I saw that, and I'm like, look, Reynolds is enough of a marketer, because he has so many businesses now, and he helped make a lot of the Deadpool movie ads. If we get to a teaser, I'll be like, all right, this is real. But I'm like, okay, something must have convinced Jackman to use up the last of his shelf life.
And that's money. But anyway.
So much money. All the
money and having to tolerate Ryan Reynolds for a little bit in a good way. It's just
he's getting a check every appearance.
Yeah, I just need, if we're gonna, all right, so this might be going down, but however Deadpool 3 is cooked, I need some sort of scene honoring the comics panels that went, oh, what's wrong, Wolvie, or whatever. I lost my healing factor recently. Oh, where were you, little Wolvie, when you lost it?
It could be all right, this is just speculation. It's gonna have something to do with that incursion thing, that Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
They're both gonna jump over to the MCU, and no, Deadpool is, because Wolverine's gonna sacrifice himself.
We don't know what the story is. Let's just see what they're gonna do.
We know the incursions are happening.
That's true. No, we know that, but we don't know. I just want to see what they're going to do. Deadpool 2 was not better than Deadpool 1. It was actually pretty mediocre, honestly.
Better fights.
Juggernaut was great.
Okay,
better
that's
fights.
a scene.
Juggernaut was amazing.
That's a scene. That's like you got to be like that was what Juggernaut was in there maybe 10 minutes. Like when it's talking about the rest of the runtime.
Cable. Josh
It
Brolin
was the best Juggernaut we've ever seen, though. Come on, now.
That's amazing. The only other one we got was the next 3.
I know.
American Chavez was the best American Chavez I've ever seen live action, hands down.
For real.
So next week, though, we got some really good comics.
Yes.
We got X-Men Red.
Yes.
Which Storm is apparently fighting Iska. They're gonna get her off the
we'll
council.
See what happens.
She's gonna curb stomp that hoe.
I can't wait for her to explain this, some new stupidity with this.
It's my mutant powers. I can't help it. She's gonna be like Dale from King of the Hill. You know how I get.
For Storm to be the strongest Omega level, I think she only has to beat like 3 or 4 more people.
She's not the strongest Omega
I'll
level.
say this. She's the strongest Omega level now because Magneto is dead. I'll say that.
she beat Magneto once. So
when?
She froze him. She's the one that defeated him when he went all pissy at Hellfire Gala or whatever.
She beat him at Hell. Wait, what are you talking about? When was this?
I'm pretty sure she's the one that defeated him at Hellfire Gala when he got all mad with Scarlet Witch not being.
I thought it was Quicksilver that beat him up.
Yeah, Quicksilver beat him up during those badly named Trial of Magneto things. Quicksilver did his version of the Flash family's infinite mass punch to make
I don't remember Storm being there, funny enough.
Yeah.
I thought it was Quicksilver.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. Regardless, I have a panel of both of them looking at each other saying we can both kill each other in seconds.
That's so funny. I have another panel where like they're pretty much doing softcore porn. Which one is more recent? Oh no, mine, because freaking how it was Al Ewing that wrote it. And last X-Men Red, they pretty much said, "Oh, we're getting intimate." I'm like, what is it? Like, what am I reading?
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So basically, though, I think she needs to defeat Iska, Jamie Braddock.
I know. Also, I forgot the guy that breathes metal. Like, why didn't you just make a metal heart, Magneto?
Yeah, he was on a time constraint.
I know he was on a time limit, but he can make a heart.
Yeah. I was like, hold on. I don't want. Okay, you made a friend who can basically speak metal when he wants to. You could have made some sort of artificial heart that
I know you can
great
make it.
that great possible dying speech was great on its own, but I don't want this possible chief diplomat of the mutant world dying.
I'm just saying it was as plot induced stupidity as like early in Dragon Ball Z actually when Goku put Raditz in like a hole knowing that Raditz can fly and he just never flew up. So I'm like, wait a minute, couldn't you just make a metal heart?
Yeah.
For one, we don't know if he can make something that intrinsic. He is an Omega level, so probably can make an artificial heart.
Make something. Like it doesn't have to actually be a heart. It could be like a cube that pumps blood. You know, it's like
Magneto mentioned 2 or 3 ways, and then the comic mentioned another 2 ways.
Yeah, and Storm. It would have been one thing if he's because he said specifically like it's taking everything within me to like do this. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But then Storm came and supercharged. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, come on, he's right there.
I don't think he's dead. I think the Celestial created a scenario where he could not live. He created a scenario where he could have gone back and healed himself, but then he could not fight. He would not have had time to fight in that final battle versus Uranus.
Now, mind you, though, also, because I forgot what I think it was an act proper. Like there was literally a panel where Iron Man spoke to Storm and Magneto, and they did another supercharge, and we did not see that in that, and like we did not see that in this panel, like in like that comic. So it happened. It must have even happened before or after. The best thing that happened is it had happened before, but he was still supercharged.
No, they didn't supercharge to defeat Uranus. That wasn't the point.
It was to kill one of the machines.
Yeah, it's for Uranus. It was just to make Uranus think that they were going to fight. Uranus is cocky, so he gave them time, and then that time gave Iron Man time to hack the shit.
Right. But did that happen? So that must have happened after then.
Yeah, after they liberated Mars, they then went to fight Uranus. It wasn't so much that Magneto needed to be at his most powerful, he just needed to be there. The fact that the guy that Uranus had already killed is now standing in front of him, Uranus was like, I don't know, was taken off back by that, which gave them time to hack.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Corey, what to you is the worst event?
I thought we were...
Well, unfortunately, I don't know if I can answer that question because I've only been an active nerd for only a couple comic events. Like the first event I actually followed was Dark Knight's Metal. Then it was War of Realms Mach 2. Then I remember Absolute Carnage. And then it was Death Metal. And then a few others, and now we're in the middle of this.
I meant like Marvel event.
Okay, well, my least favorite event. I guess it would be King in Black Mach 2, because not that I haven't had a chance to go back and read it again, but just Bill, after watching Bill's reviews too much, I see too many silver bullet weakness spots in it.
Fair enough.
But this is me with the caveat, I have not gone back and read it and everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Side note, I did see Bill. I saw he did like a hour 17-minute review of X-Men Green. I was like, oh, this is gonna be good.
I wanted to give him a warning, like, no, stay away. The forums I saw were livid on this. Like the people who hated Dugan were like, who hate Dugan were already mad for no matter what. But the people who actually are like, the reason the people were like, Dugan, no, what's going on?
I don't know. Yeah, I have no earthly idea why they continue to write X-Men Green. Just the premise itself is very. I kind of get the premise, but I'm like, I don't know why you guys. I don't know what you're doing, man.
Ultimately, not every comic is not written for every person.
That's very true.
Yeah.
But
All
this
right,
comic's
so-
not written for anyone.
All right, so MJ.
Yeah, I don't know what the audience for that one is, except eco terrorists.
Yeah, basically. I mean, once again,
Vegan.
You said vegans. You said
Yeah,
vegans?
right.
Well, what were you gonna say?
All
Alright.
right, so next week you were saying we have X-Men Red,
X-Men Red. We have
Marauders.
Marauders, which is going to be awesome because apparently they're bringing back one of Threshold's mutants.
Right.
Plus, apparently the Threshold mutant really wants them to go back in time and save all of Threshold.
Okay.
Interesting.
Apparently
Well,
that's
like,
what
what
the
else we
mutant
got?
wants.
And
And this mutant looks like a male Dazzler, which is funny.
Oh yeah. That's where you put it. Like I didn't know where that.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
he looks like
the
Ziggy Stardust.
Exterminators.
So I posted something in our Discord.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that. That's
Like
Yeah,
a dude with
I made
long
a
hair
Ziggy
and,
Stardust tweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not tweet. I don't tweet. I Ziggy Stardust gif in
he's
response.
probably Omega level. Just saying, and
Which means nothing to me.
and he's
I'm
Dazzler.
Omega level.
you Omega
Seems like-
fuck. You Omega level fucker.
That's my power. That's my ability.
Seems like everyone from Threshold is Omega level.
Yeah.
The entire population was Omega level.
So was early Araco.
Earlier Rocco looks like that too. Yeah, similar.
Are we getting exterminate? Are we getting XXX exterminators?
Yeah.
right.
No, that's next week. That's
No, see, I'm like nothing good's coming out this week. Then, like,
Yeah, no,
I mean X-Men Red.
give me the Grindhouse bombshell bimbofication. Give me the book I want.
Give me the book I need.
The thing I like about so another good thing about X-Men Red is going to be that apparently they're counting up the casualties.
Okay.
Finally, we're going to know the casualty count. I've been fighting with people for weeks and
It's gonna be.
weeks
They're gonna say
about-
one person because it's gonna be Magneto. That's it. That's it.
Stop
This is gonna be
getting
Magneto.
into social media fights with people, Dragon, please.
How many people died on Araco? Some people say 1 million. Some people say
Well, technically
1,000.
speaking, no. Well, no. Technically speaking, none because they're not people.
Fair. I'm gonna be so fucking happy that we're gonna have a count.
How many do you? Let's do this. How many do you think died?
I think 20,000, but it could be
20,000,
more
okay.
because they have implied.
But Araco has like 1 million mutants though.
So that's the point. That's the problem. Is Araco has 1 million mutants, and there's people like Druid that said there'll be significantly less at this time, and another person says travesty is
Sorry.
still happening on Araco to this moment, and this is like hours after Uranus has already left. So I
Yeah,
have
'cause
no
I think-
idea how many people died. It could be
Yeah.
100,000. It could be 900,000. It could be 90% of Araco is dead. I think only like 50,000 are dead.
But you know what, MJ? This does not knock out Cassandra Nova's highest score. She's killed more mutants in a shorter amount of time.
True.
She's killed more mutants than an entire YouTube ad.
Yeah, I don't know if we're ever gonna beat it. Like, I
Longer,
guess if you-
not as long as a YouTube short. 14, 15 minutes.
would we consider? We don't know if this is confirmed yet, but if Iska eradicated all of the minds inside of Legion's mind, would that be the greater feat?
Every mind. I don't even know how she would get in there. First of all, but
That's it.
She did. She walked through the gate, the portal, the Krakoan
Oh.
gate into the waiting room, which the waiting room is located in his mind. She started eradicating all the people in the waiting room, and so Legion unleashed all his minds on her, and she might have killed them all. So she might have killed
Maybe.
a billion minds.
but that goes back to the. I mean, it might take. it might take her a while. So
I mean, 1 billion minds is a bill.
that's a lot. Yeah, no, that's a lot. It's kind of like if for anime watchers out there, or I mean, you could have read the manga too of Hellsing, like where Alucard had to like spend like 30 years killing like every other life besides his inside there. Like
Well,
I
he
mean, it's
fought-
possible.
He fought in all the Great Crusades. He fought in all the Crusades. So of course he would have 1,000,000+ bodies.
Yeah. But granted, still though, it only took him 30 years to kill 1,000,000 people. That's still insane. To think.
I thought he was I thought he was from the Crusades.
No, what I'm talking about specifically, and for Helsing, he wouldn't be from the Crusades because like the Crusades and that because Vlad Tepes was
That's
after the
Exodus.
Crusades.
Exodus is from the Crusades.
Yeah, I'm talking about a character from an anime.
Oh, never mind.
No, I'm clarifying for MJ.
Yeah, Dracula. Dracula. Isn't Dracula from like the Crusades?
I don't think so.
No.
Let me see. Vlad sent this.
Vlad Tepes.
Wallachia.
Well,
I mean,
so Britain had its own form of crusade when they were hunting Catholics. When they were becoming Protestant, they hunted all the Catholics in the country. That was a kind of
that thing's more like an
No,
Inquisition.
it's just called a general persecution. That's it. Vlad
Right, but
Tepes,
wasn't
the
a general
inspiration. Vlad Tepes, the inspiration of Dracula. Well,
Yeah, the
there's-
Crusades. They say because there were several of them. They said the Crusades started in 1095 and then ended in 1291. Vlad was born in let me see where he's born. Yeah, Vlad was born
between
1428. So yeah, it was way after.
Yeah, he was born between 1428, 1431, and he died. And the historians say he died either between December of 1476 or January 1477.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, it's after
This
the Crusades.
is like
and to be fair, when I say after the Crusades, I mean like the Crusades that we're normally talking about. We know we talk about like the Third Crusade, but there's other stuff like the Children's Crusade, stuff like that.
yeah.
And that's not that that propaganda piece try to make Scarlet Witch look,
Oh yeah,
not
So
her
yeah,
fault.
another event that I hated. Yeah, Children's Crusade.
Oh, it's not my fault. Yeah, it was. You know what you were doing.
That pretty much is what that is pretty interesting. I wonder like the person who originally wrote House of M and
Bendis.
I wonder how he feels about like the whole thing of people going like people actually can't choose or say like for certain like if she was wrong or not for doing what she did. And the answer is yes, she is wholeheartedly wrong. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like
But it was also company mandate though, because Joe Quesada had told him like, yeah, there are way too many mutants. You need to cut them down a little bit.
Yeah.
So like it's really
he couldn't have to make it her though.
It would have been one thing if she took away all powers, but yeah, she stripped them of just the mutants, leaving them extremely vulnerable to be murdered and assassinated in their human forms.
Yeah, I guess that's it too. Like she did that and then she didn't try to help. I guess that's the big issue. Like she just kind of
like she's like I'm telling you guys, she is Candace Owens. She's the mutant Candace Owens.
Ooh.
She's not even that anymore because she's not even a mutant.
I mean, hey, you know what? Okay.
She got a redemption.
Okay, here's my headcanon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember, and this is another reason why like Axis was good, but I don't like the ending. The ending killed it for me. Basically, she said, "Oh, we're not your kids anymore. You chose everything over us." And then all of a sudden, the High Evolutionary was like, "Oh yeah, like you're not really Magneto's kid." Well,
that was because of editorial for sure.
Yeah, no, but like it's just like no. But I mean, in story wise, she made that happen. Like she changed her entire like. That's what I'm saying. Like she's the one who made the High Evolutionary reveal like that. Oh, you're actually not this person's, whatever.
It's hard to rationalize it. I would have to say there would be some form of reality manipulation involved. I do think she turned herself human, but at the same time, so the fact is the Sentinels were hunting her. that would imply she had an X gene. But we have panels of Sentinels hunting Spider-Man, and I don't think anyone's ever warped realities to
I
Spider-Man.
think no, I think yeah, I can explain it. I can try and give justification for that. Like the big thing was in Days of Future Past, which was only a 2-issue comic run. People sometimes that surprises people. What ended up happening is the Sentinels, but like particularly under Nimrod, the Sentinels started saying like, well, the best way to beat the X gene or to kill it is to kill people that carried it. Unfortunately, many people carried the X gene, just didn't activate. So eventually, when it came to hunting for the X gene, it just meant that like pretty much hunting humans, because many humans were carriers of the X gene. So that might be the justification that like that's going on. Like Spider, funny enough, Mayday Parker is actually seen as a mutant, even though she doesn't technically speaking have the X gene, but like because she was born with her powers. That's more like a changeling, honestly. But that's pretty. But she's defined as a mutant.
She's a Jamie Madrox.
Yeah.
But okay.
Anyway, hopefully that kind of like that at least helps a little bit with what you're saying with Spider-Man.
I have to read the comic because that could very well have been it. From the way it was explained to me was, the Sentinel just mistook him for a mutant, which doesn't make any sense because it should only hunt.
Well, it did with that's true too. It made sense. They made sense with the High Evolutionary when it came to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver because like their DNA was so similar to an X gene that they just confused it. Like that's just a case. Once again, just change it back. You can just do it right now. Just say like, no, that was that was a joke. Damn you, Sinister. I don't know. Like just make
damn
that right.
Now we just got the title for the episode. Damn you, Sinister.
Exactly. That's easy.
From the fact that everything on Earth shares a common ancestor to the Primo Celestial from 4 billion years ago. All its goo. That's basically that's where the X gene came from. So, from my understanding,
actually, originally it was the Eternals. Like what they were the ones who gave man.
No, that's been retconned. That's been retconned because.
Come on.
So we have the Prime Celestial that came 4 billion years ago and died on the Earth. Right. That's what the guy that just got resurrected and he's doing Judgment Day. Threshold is 2 billion years ago.
Right.
Threshold had X gene mutants. We don't know if they were Homo sapiens or not, but they were X gene mutants living on Earth 2 billion years ago. Where did they get their X gene from? Most likely from the Prime Celestial that died 2 billion years prior to that. 2 billion years later, we have Neanderthals starting to get an X gene, and that X gene is from the Eternals and Celestials that came down. Where did those Celestials and Eternals get the X gene from? Maybe they created it entirely new, or they modeled it off the previous X gene from remnants that they found on Earth or something. Because they have that one Celestial experimenter who definitely did create the X gene, or at least reintroduce it. But it's unclear if he reintroduced it or if he reinvented it. It's unclear. But yeah.
All right, this goes back to what the Celestials are way too big for me. I just stay away from it. It's way too big.
We've dealt with bigger threats though, like, and by we, and like I wasn't there. Like, I mean, the biggest thing for me will always be the Beyonders.
Yeah, them too. They're just so big, and they make you feel how real small you might be. All right, so closing up, starting Silver, MJ, Corey. I'm 1407. This week in X-Men. We'll see you soon.
Yes.